Imagine crawling under your trusty pickup at dawn, expecting routine maintenance, only to find your brake lines sliced clean through, a deliberate death trap set by the very neighbor sworn to protect your community. Now picture that same HOA queen, once untouchable in her McMansion throne, reduced to groveling in the mud at 2 a.m., piecing together shredded documents with bloody nails, begging for mercy as her empire of petty rules crumbles into felony charges. Meet Alex Rivera, a 42-year-old single dad and HVAC specialist who'd traded the chaos of city life for what he thought was suburban serenity in Oak Ridge Meadows, a cookie-cutter neighborhood in suburban Colorado where every lawn was mowed to military precision and every mailbox matched like soldiers on parade. Alex had poured his divorce settlement into this modest split-level home, hoping for a fresh start with his 15-year-old son, Jamie, who finally cracked a smile unpacking his video game setup. "Dad, this place doesn't suck," Jamie had said. And for a moment, Alex believed in second chances. Little did he know, the real estate brochure forgot to mention the resident dragon, Barbara Klein, the HOA president who'd ruled with an iron clipboard for a decade, turning community standards into a weapon of mass annoyance. Barbara was the epitome of polished poison, mid-50s, with a bob haircut sharper than her tongue, driving a gleaming SUV that screamed, "I judge your gas mileage." She preached harmony and order at every meeting, but her eyes lit up like Christmas lights when spotting a weed or a wayward basketball hoop. Alex's first encounter came on day 4. As he parked his work van, a no-frills Dodge with Rivera cooling and heating emblazoned on the side, in his own driveway after a long job. The clip-clop of sensible pumps announced her arrival. "Mr. Rivera," she cooed, smile as fake as her pearls. "We simply can't have commercial eyesores detracting from our aesthetic. Section 8.4 prohibits such intrusions overnight." Alex blinked, wiping sweat from his brow. "Ma'am, it's my livelihood. And I checked the covenants, no such rule." Barbara's laugh tinkled like breaking glass. "Oh, honey, I've been enforcing standards longer than you've been breathing fresh air. Trust me. It's there." That night, Alex pored over the faded HOA docs under his kitchen light, realizing she'd invented the rule on the spot. But he stayed quiet, observing her game like a mechanic diagnosing a faulty engine. Whispers started soon after. "At the neighborhood barbecue, mandatory. Of course. Per Barbara's emailed suggestions, Mrs. Ellis sidled up with a plastic smile. Heard you're running a chop shop out of your garage. Dear. Barbara mentioned it might lower our values." Alex choked on his hot dog. "What? It's just tools for AC repairs. By week 2. A $50 fine slipped under his door for unauthorized vehicle storage, citing a clause about boats and RVs that Barbara had stretched like cheap elastic. He paid it, biting his tongue, but installed discreet dash cams on his van and home, old habits from his construction days, where one undocumented slip could cost a contract. Jamie noticed the tension. "Dad, why's that lady always staring at our house like we stole her cat?" Alex ruffled his hair. "Some people need rules to feel big. Kid. We're just living." The real fun began when Barbara rallied her minions for a compliance check. Alex was knee-deep in a client's furnace when his phone buzzed, Jamie's frantic text. "Dad, some lady's in our yard measuring stuff and taking pics. She's giggling like a weirdo." Alex raced home, tires squealing, to find Barbara with a city inspector in tow, a sweaty guy named Ted who looked like he'd rather be anywhere else. "Routine audit. Mr. Rivera," Barbara beamed, her voice dripping honeyed venom. "Your fence is 2 inches over code. And those solar lights? Tacky violations of our ambience guidelines. Ted mumbled agreements. Scribbling notes. Total fines, $300. Pay up or face liens. Alex's jaw tightened. This is my property. You need notice for inspections. Barbara waved her hand. Nonsense. We're preserving paradise here. That evening, Alex dug into public records on his laptop. Fueled by black coffee. What he uncovered was gold. Barbara had pulled the same stunt on a dozen families over 5 years, mostly newcomers. Immigrants. Or anyone not fitting her pearl-clutching vision. A Vietnamese family fined out 4 exotic garden veggies, a black veteran harassed over his flagpole height. Each one bullied until they sold and fled. She's not just nosy, Alex muttered to himself. She's a one-woman eviction machine. Word spread like wildfire on the neighborhood app. Anonymous posts painting Alex as the shady mechanic bringing riffraff. His business line rang with cancellations. Sorry. Heard you're under investigation for code stuff. Can't risk it. Alex's blood boiled. But he played possum. Documenting every post. Every call. At the next HOA meeting in the stuffy rec center, Barbara held court like a queen on a folding chair throne. Item 3, delinquent properties eroding our values. Her eyes locked on Alex. Some residents think rules don't apply. Alex stood. Voice steady. Actually, Barbara. Let's talk transparency. Why's our dues funding your administrative lunches at the country club? The room hushed, a few nods from the back. Barbara's smile faltered for a split second. That's privileged oversight. Dear. Sit down. But seeds were planted. Old Mr. Patel, who'd survived her wrath before, slipped Alex a folder later. She's skimmed thousands. Fake vendors. Ghost projects. Watch your back, she plays dirty. Escalation hit like a summer storm. Alex noticed his mail tampered, bills late. Checks missing. Then the whispers turned vicious. Rivera's got a criminal record. You know. Barbara said so. No such thing. But clients dropped like flies. Costing him $10,000 in a month. Jamie came home upset. Kids at school say you're a crook. Dad. Alex hugged him tight. Lies sting. But truth wins slow. He hired a PI buddy from his old crew, who tailed Barbara and hit pay dirt. She lunched with city officials, trading favors for fake inspections. Better yet, her perfect home extended 10 feet onto communal land, a survey glitch she'd buried. Alex smirked, filing it away like ammo. But Barbara upped the ante, showing up at his door with a cease and desist force slandering her in emails he never sent. You're disrupting harmony. Mr. Rivera, she hissed. Eyes gleaming. Move on. Or things get uncomfortable. Alex leaned in. Calm as ice. Uncomfortable how? Like your fake fines? She stormed off. Heels clicking fury. One crisp morning, Alex fired up his van for a job, brakes soft. Steering wobbly. Heart pounding. He jacked it up in the driveway, lines cut precise. Fluid pooling like accusation. Son of a. He reviewed his cams, glitchy that night. But a hidden one caught Barbara's SUV idling nearby at midnight. A shadowy figure slipping away. Gotcha, he whispered. Police reports filed. But the detective shrugged, circumstantial. Need more. Alex nodded. Patient predator now. Barbara's son. A college kid named Tyler. Knocked that evening. Pale as a ghost. Mom's unhinged. She rants about eliminating problems. I overheard her on the phone, something about your van. Tyler handed over a USB, recordings of Barbara boasting about embezzling $15,000 from HOA funds for personal enforcement. She thinks she's untouchable, Tyler said. Voice cracking. But she's destroying us too. Alex patted his shoulder. Kid. You're braver than she ever was. Barbara's paranoia peaked at the emergency HOA vote she called to oust troublemakers. The rec center buzzed with tension, residents packed in. Some whispering support for Alex. Barbara banged her gavel. Order! We're voting on enhanced penalties for noncompliance. Alex rose. Projecting calm. Before that, let's audit the books. I've got receipts showing $15,000 vanished into thin air, or was it your spa days? Gasps rippled. Barbara's face flushed crimson. Outrageous lies. You're the thief here. But Patel chimed in, I second the audit. Chaos erupted as residents demanded answers. Barbara screeched. This is mutiny against standards. Alex dropped the bomb, in your house? Built on stolen land. Surveys don't lie. Her eyes bulged. Composure cracking like cheap veneer. You have no proof. But the room turned, votes swung against her. She fled. Muttering threats. That night, sirens wailed, police raiding Barbara's home on Alex's tip. Armed with Tyler's evidence, they found journals detailing her schemes, fabricated complaints, planted evidence, even notes on accidental brake failures. Barbara, in her robe, shrieked as cuffs clicked. This is harassment. I'm protecting the community. The cop deadpanned, from what? Common sense? Neighbors watched from lawns. Some cheering quietly. Alex stood back. Arms crossed. As her SUV was towed, ironic. Given her parking obsessions. The trial was a circus, Barbara on the stand. Spewing righteous nonsense. I enforced order. He disrupted everything. Prosecutor shredded her, with felonies? Embezzlement? Attempted murder? Tyler testified. Voice steady, Mom planned to silence him permanently. Jury deliberated 2 hours, guilty on all counts, fraud. Stalking. Attempted vehicular homicide. 4 years prison. $20,000 restitution. Her mansion auctioned. Proceeds to victims. Oak Ridge bloomed anew, transparent HOA. Block parties without fear. Alex's business boomed, Jamie thrived. Dad. You're like a superhero, he said over pizza. But here's the kicker, in a world where community leaders like Barbara twist rules to crush folks. Was Alex the villain for fighting back dirty? Or just the mirror she couldn't face? Drop your take below, who's really the monster in suburbia?